Hello, my name is Jason Glover from Grey Gnome Games, and welcome to the crowd sale for the Howling Abyss. What exactly is the Howling Abyss? It is an 18-card booster pack, which serves as Dungeon Deck number 2 for Iron Helm. Now you're wondering why Dungeon Deck number 2? Well, I consider Dungeon Deck number 1 being the Dungeon Deck that came with the base game. So what does Dungeon Deck 2, the Howling Abyss, actually do? Well, it is a all-new deck of cards with new backs, all new artwork, and we'll have a separate video that goes into all the actual cards and how they work. But essentially what it does is it allows you as the player of Iron Helm to take out that original dungeon deck and replace it with these 18 cards. Now the original dungeon deck is 16 cards, so this will basically account for there being one extra room in every dungeon level, extending the game slightly, but there's a lot of new mechanics involved here. And all of the original cards from the original dungeon deck that came with the base Iron Helm are included in here. Of course, they have all new artwork and little tweaks to them, so they're not exactly the same. And like I said, there'll be a separate video below where I'll go through all of the cards in this deck, showing you the new cards. There's 4 all new cards, and there are, like I said, the cards from the original game, but they're all a little bit different, so it's pretty exciting. The whole purpose of this is I wanted to create more tension. Even though there's quite a bit of tension already in Iron Helm, I wanted to create more player choice, and that usually equates to the player being more invested in the experience of the game. So there's a little bit more of that. Plus, some of the new cards really focus on that morality tracker, which was something I implemented in the base game, but didn't get utilized enough in my own personal opinion. So I wanted to add cards to this new dungeon deck that will account for that and make it so that your placement on that morality tracker will greatly affect you during the course of the game. So I appreciate you very much stopping by and watching this video, but more importantly, I hope that you're interested in this game. And this is a crowd sale, so if you're unfamiliar with a crowd sale, it's very similar to a Kickstarter or any other sort of crowdfunding platform, except there's no stretch goals. Basically, I have 18-card game, it's complete, there's no reason to add stretch goals to it. What happens, however, is the more backers we get, the cheaper the game becomes for everybody. So you might be the first 10, one of the first 10 backers, and you'll see the price drops a little bit. But if we end up getting 100 or 500 or 1,000 backers, the price will drop drastically for everybody, no matter when you did your pledge. So I encourage you, it's a great system because it basically passes the savings on to you as the consumer. The more copies we make, the cheaper it becomes to produce. Instead of adding a bunch of nonsense, ridiculous stretch goals, instead of doing that, we just give the savings directly back to you as the customer, and I think that that's great. I back crowd sales all the time myself. I think it's a fantastic formula. So please spread the word about this campaign and watch the video below to learn more about the cards in the Howling Abyss. Thank you.